For perhaps as many as 10 million years, mammals remained cautiously small. In the early tertiary, if you were the size of a bobcat, you could be king. But once they got going, mammals expanded prodigiously, sometimes to an almost preposterous degree. For a time, there were guinea pigs the size of rhinos, and rhinos the size of a two-story house. Wherever there was a vacancy in the predatory chain, mammals rose, often literally, to fill it. Early members of the raccoon family migrated to South America, discovered a vacancy, and evolved into creatures the size and ferocity of bears. Birds, too, prospered disproportionately. For millions of years, a gigantic, flightless, carnivorous bird called Titanus was possibly the most ferocious creature in North America. Certainly, it was the most daunting bird that ever lived. It stood 3 meters high, weighed over 350 kilograms, and had a beak that could tear the head off pretty much anything that irked it. Its family survived in formidable fashion for 50 million years, yet until a skeleton was discovered in Florida in 1963, we had no idea that it had ever existed. Which brings us to another reason for our uncertainty about extinctions, the paltriness of the fossil record. We have touched already on the unlikelihood of any set of bones becoming fossilized, but the record is actually worse than you might think. Consider dinosaurs. Museums give the impression that we have a global abundance of dinosaur fossils. In fact, overwhelmingly, museum displays are artificial. Visit almost any large natural history museum in the world: Paris, Vienna, Frankfurt, Buenos Aires, Mexico City. And what will greet you are antique models, not ancient bones. The fact is, we don't really know a great deal about the dinosaurs. For the whole of the age of dinosaurs, fewer than 1,000 species have been identified, almost half of them known from a single specimen, which is about a quarter of the number of mammal species alive now. Dinosaurs, bear in mind, ruled the Earth for roughly 3 times as long as mammals have. So either dinosaurs were remarkably unproductive as species, or we have barely scratched the surface, to use an irresistibly apt cliché. For millions of years through the age of dinosaurs, not a single fossil has yet been found. Even for the period of the late Cretaceous, the most studied prehistoric period there is, thanks to our long interest in dinosaurs and their extinction. Some 3/4 of all species that live may yet be undiscovered. Animals bulkier than the Diplodocus or more forbidding than Tyrannosaurus may have roamed the earth in their thousands, and we may never know it. Until very recently, everything known about the dinosaurs of this period came from only about 300 specimens, representing just 16 species. We are so used to the notion of our own inevitability as life's dominant species that it is hard to grasp that we are here only because of timely extraterrestrial bang and other random flukes. The one thing we have in common with all other life is that for nearly 4 billion years our ancestors have managed to slip through a series of closing doors every time we needed them to. Stephen Jay Gould expressed it succinctly in a well-known line: humans are here today because our particular line never fractured, never once, at any of the billion points that could have erased us from history. We started this chapter with 3 points. Life wants to be. Life doesn't always want to be much. Life from time to time goes extinct.